Hey, welcome back, you beats, to another video here on the channel. How are you all doing? Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. We're back in Ark Survival Evolved on Genesis Part 2. And today, we're going to be opening 100 of each crate. And what I mean by that are these little crates in Helena's inventory. We've got 3 crates here. You've got the Tier 1, the Tier 2, and the Tier 3. Now, I've done this back when Genesis 1 dropped, and the loot was terrible. But this map seems to have amazing loot. So have they upped the loot in the tiered loot boxes? We'll find out in this video. If you find this video useful or informative or just entertaining in any way, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to become a human being. If you want to get 5% off G-Portal, the server providers, link is down below. There's a referral link. You'll get 5% off your G-Portal orders for lifetime. So go and check it out. Okay, so this process is very simple. We've got Tier 1 here, Tier 2, and Tier 3. These contain up to 350 items. I don't think we're going to get more than that really, but we're going to buy 100 crates of each one, of each tier, and then we're going to chuck it in here, and we'll have a look at what we've got in the end. So let's go for it. Let's exchange. So 100 of these. Are you ready? So you can't turn this up. We have to manually click, which is a bit of a pain. But let's go for it.
Survivor.
Okay, well, we got capped out. I didn't realize that they're going to cap this. Let's have a look at what we've got right now. There we go. We can get a few more. I think we got to like about 50, I'm going to say. Okay, so that should be about 50 of them. We're going to have a look at those in a moment. Now I'm going to try and keep track of this a little bit more. And we'll go for the Tier 2. Okay, that is 100 of those ones. And then we've got one more tier left. Let's try and go through this one slowly. So we're going to do it in 10s. So that's the first 10.
Cheers, Survivor.
Okay, so this is the last 5. There should be 5 in total. There we go. Let's have a look at what we've got. We've actually run out of storage for the last one. Okay, so I've done this so you don't have to waste your money. Now, with this, you'll be able to see what items you're going to get from each loot box and which one is actually worth you doing yourself. So first of all, let's have a look at Tier 1. One of the best things that we got out of Tier 1. So we got some cloth. We did get a vault, which is pretty cool. Some prime meat. A lot of fertilizer. We did get Magmasaurus. It's a journeyman though, not the best. We got some normal bows. I mean, we get journeyman, a lot of journeyman, apprentice, and ramshackle, and some primitive. Obviously, we got a rock trait tech saddle, which you wouldn't think of getting. So I mean, let's get all the good stuff out, shall we? A decent harpoon gun. I mean, are you going to need a decent one? I don't know. You got some kibbles, some electric darts. There's some good stuff, but the majority of it is like, you got Bejo berries. Come on, man. You did get some element, though, so I guess that's not too bad. Some gotcha saddles, some seeds. Yeah, all in all. Oh, we got some jar of pitch, which is pretty cool. All in all, there's nothing amazing. I mean, I call this like a pretty much bog standard-ish. We did get some plant species Z seeds, which is pretty cool. And again, some binocular tech engrams, which is pretty cool, because you can't really normally get those. That's pretty cool. Some more darts. We did get industrial forge, so I gotta say this is like normal stuff. You get a journeyman, apprentice, ramshackle. We did get a golden Hesperornis egg, which is actually pretty cool. You could use that in kibble. We got some chibis, which I didn't think chibis would be in there. Yeah, rock carrots, you know, this is like your standard stuff. We did get some pheromone darts. That was Tier 1 though. Out of 10, how would you rate that loot? I think I'd rate this a solid 5 or 6 out of 10. I mean, we've got some emojis in there. There's some really unique stuff, but the majority of it is not that great. How about Tier 2? Now, Tier 2, we opened 100 of these. Did we get anything better? Now, we're instantly seeing some Mastercraft items in here, which makes it so much more worth it. We've got an Astrocetus Tech saddle, which is the massive whale saddle, which is amazing. We've got some cool blueprints. That is just on the first page. We've got a lot more chibis in this one as well. We got a Tech Rex saddle. We got a Descendant Snowwell saddle. I mean, that would be quite useful on this map. We got the Mohawk hairstyle. I mean, it's cool that you can get hairstyles and stuff. I mean, we're seeing a lot more Ascendant type items. Mastercraft and Ascendant type items in this one. Grappling hooks, refrigerators, a lot of batteries. I don't know what's with the batteries. We got some sweet vegetables in this one. We got a tech trough, so some tech items, but we did get some tech items out of the first one as well. We are still tinkering in the low end. We've got a journeyman chitin helmet. Like, why do we need that? Some more plant species. A lot of this stuff we did get in the last one. A really good damage Mastercraft pump shotgun. So that's not too bad. I mean, that was quite decent. The snowballing modes. That's something that you can only get at Christmas. That's quite useful. Yeah, I mean, all in all, that's not too bad. How about this one? Again, more Mastercraft. There is a few journeymen. A lot of pointless stuff. So, like prime mutton. We've got raw meat, which you don't really need to get from these. If you're spending 10,000, let's just remind you that the first one is 10,000. 8,000 a crate. That's insane. We did get a tech replicator though in this one, which would make it, in my opinion, worth it for tier 2 and a chance of getting a tech replicator. But we opened 100 and we've got 1 tech replicator. We did also get some really powerful tech chest piece. That 600 tech chest piece is insane. Oh, we got an egg incubator. Very cool. I haven't used one of these yet, so that is actually... I'd classify that as a good buy or a good find. We got tech sleeping pod, another good find. But again, the majority of this stuff is vanilla stuff. It's ammo, it's chibis, emotes, stuff that you can craft quite easily as well. The golden Hesperornis, you did get the vampire head skin, which is pretty cool if you've never defeated... Is it Rockwell or was it Extinction? I can't remember which one it is, but if you haven't done that, you wouldn't have had the vampire skin. A mannequin loadout. I mean, they've got some cool stuff in here. I think I'm going to rate this one a 7 out of 10. It's much better. There's a lot more potential in that 100. Now, the final one. 100 for these actually filled 4. So we've got 340 filled, and this one with 79 items in. So you obviously get a lot more items for doing the top tier. But again, let's just remind ourselves before we look at that. You're paying 10,000 for tier 1, 20,000 for tier 2, and you're paying 35,000 for 1 tier 3. Let's just look real quick at what you get in each one. So we bought one of them for 10,000. As you can see, we got 5 items. We're going to buy this for 10,000. You got 6 items. We're going to pay the 35,000. You got about 10 or 11 items in that one.
Thanks, mate.
So that's something that you want to think about as well. Obviously, this one we got some hamburgers, which is pretty cool. That's the space dolphin, space whale stuff. Okay, let's have a look at tier 3 in a whole. Let's see what we get. Straight off the bat, we got some really cool stuff. Again, that ascendant stuff. There's element, shred at the top, night vision goggles. I mean, that's pretty standard, I guess. A lot of kibble. Mech pieces. We've got a really cool rock drake. That's a chibi rock drake. That looks awesome. Silencers. I mean, that sort of stuff's pretty standard. Again, look at this. They've got a trike saddle, a center trike saddle. Raw mutton, which again, I mean, with the amount of sheep on this map, would I want to pay 30,000 hexagons? No, not for raw mutton. You got some beer, you got some actual electronic binoculars, which are really cool. More mutton, a lot of mutton, snow owl pellets, which is crazy. Some riot gear stuff, a vault. I mean, some of this stuff I feel like shouldn't be in here. I feel there should be a lot more tech stuff. Emotes, again, that's a vanilla thing. Some polymer, again, 30 pieces of polymer. Is it worth the 35k? A decent long neck, though, which is pretty good. And also a decent Magmasaur saddle, which is pretty awesome as well. Hey, Tropio saddle, if you ever get that Tropio. Oh, is that a Bronto saddle? That's pretty cool. Mastercrafted net gun. Now, I thought that was a harpoon gun. Dude, what is this? Wait, this is just like, this is a net gun. What? I have no clue what this is. This isn't even like, it's a net gun. I know what it is, but it's like, I feel like that shouldn't be a thing. I thought it was a harpoon gun in a net. This looks like it's a long net, sort of chopped up a little bit and a net shoved on the end. I have never seen this before. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's going to pull up the vote. And we did get a tech replicator in this one. So we're all good. We at least got 1 tech replicator in the first batch. The second batch, which is again about 20 to 30, I think. I think it's about 20. We got a lot of food. Some just spoiled. We've got a lot of wyvern milk, Mastercraft, Ascendant gear again. I mean, a gas mask, yeah, it's pretty cool. Do we need it? No. There is some tech stuff here. We've got a tech sensor, which is pretty cool. Because I'd rather get a lot of tech stuff from this saddle than anything else. We got a force field. I guess that's pretty cool. But again, these things are like quite far apart. You're not getting a lot of things here. Really good thing again there. A rock drake saddle, I'd be happy about that, but we got one of them in tier 1. A tech generator, I am happy about that. That's the first tech generator that we saw. A tech pistol, look at that, bro. Haven't even unlocked one of them before either. Look, another one of these net guns. I didn't even know they were a thing, which is pretty cool. Oh, a minigun, look at that. Damn, decent minigun. Okay, so you get a lot more of the tech tier items. What I would say are good tech tier items. A lot of saddles, ascendant saddles, but for creatures that you're rarely going to use, to be honest. Kibble, there's milk. Yeah, I think the kibble's really good, but 35,000 for kibble? I'm not that desperate. That grind is insane for a bit of kibble. More saddles and more meat. Okay, and then the last one that we got, which was from there, we got tech replicator, which is pretty cool. 2 tech replicators. Tech light. Feeding trough, tech feeding trough. Yeah, beer, kibble. Okay. For the tier 3, I'm going to rate probably an 8. Maybe 8.5. So all in all, we rated this about I gotta remember them. I gotta use my brain. Was this about 6? This was about 5 or 6. This was about 7. This was 8.5. Basically, is it worth spending 35,000 on one box of tier 3 loot? No. Just straight up no. You may as well go for loot crates that drop around the map, because those loot crates have way better loot than the chance of wasting 35 hexagons. What would I spend my hexagons on if I had the choice? I personally would spend my hexagons on cryopods, if you need cryopods, because why carry all your stuff to go and make one? You don't need that life. If you're really desperate on elements, but to be honest, you don't need to. So I wouldn't buy one element for 2,000 because they're quite easy to get. I would spend my money on cryopods, engrams, and stuff that I couldn't be bothered to gather myself. For example, rare flowers are quite difficult to get. Now that is really expensive, 120 for 5. But if you're going to spend 35,000 on a freaking tier 3 loot drop to get potentially something good. There we go, I just got that up to 35,000. You get 292 of these. 292 times by 5. That's how much of these you'll get for the same price. I'm not saying that you want to do that, but rare flowers and that, in my opinion, are quite difficult to come by. So why don't you just spend the 35 grand on these, and you got to be set. You got over 1,000. Anyways, guys, that is the video. We opened up 300 tiers, 100 of each tier. That's the loot that we got. That's the sort of pool that you're looking at if you wanted to get some yourself. And honestly, I don't think it's worth spending your money. Keep that hexagons. I'm going to end the video there, though. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you found it entertaining, whatever, make sure to like button, subscribe to become a human being, and I'll see you in the next episode of Fantastic Day. Bye.